the guy who held his job before me was just one of two presidents in history. One of two presidents in history that left office with fewer jobs in America than when he got elected office. The last guy here, he didn't build a damn thing.
The polls show that voters don't seem to feel that way. The latest survey from the Wall Street Journal is showing that 37% of people approve of the president's handling of the economy. It's even lower on the issue of inflation. Biden gets a 34% approval rating there, guys.
And Jackie, the president yesterday said two things that we still don't understand. He said regarding President Xi, even though he's not going to the G20, he said, well, I'm going to see him anyway. And then he said, and I don't think there's going to be a strike. Is he off script? Is he making stuff up? Or does he know something we don't know?
Well, if I had the answer to that, I might have a crystal ball in my hand. The president has said on the issue of meeting with Xi Jinping that he will be talking to him soon. He might meet with him in Hanoi after the president leaves India and goes to Vietnam. We don't know, though. And on the issue of the strike, we know that Biden met with Sean Fain. I believe it was in July or maybe it was in early August. The United Auto Workers wanted to brief senior staff at the White House about what they were asking for. And then the latest that we got from the White House was just they're calling on both sides to come to an agreement. We don't know the level of involvement there. And remember, the Labor Department still has an acting secretary. Julie Su has not been confirmed. And the White House plans to keep her there indefinitely. So not a whole lot of information that's new on this issue, guys.
Well, they kind of have to say that, don't they? I mean, the president has to be optimistic and say, no, there's not going to be a strike because he knows that would be a disaster. And then if they want leverage, the union guy, Mr. Fain, has to say, no, there will be a strike. Does he know something we don't know? If we don't get these three things, then there will be a strike.
Exactly. And Fain said, usually the way these things come together is in the, 11th hour, and that the deal or the goal rather was to come to a deal, not to have a strike. So there is some time for it to happen. But the two sides, at least right now, from what we're seeing, seem pretty far apart. So we'll see where it goes.
The UAW wants a contract and the White House wants an endorsement. Let's see if they get what they want.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The union wants,
Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie, wants to eliminate the tiered wages and benefits. They want to increase in wages to offset inflation. And this is the tricky one. They want to match the salary increases of company executives over the last 4 years. And Jackie was saying that's a 46% increase in their salaries.
It's big.
Yeah.
It was also interesting in Jackie's report where she played that soundbite where Joe Biden talks about Donald Trump but doesn't use his name. Said, the last guy didn't build a damn thing, taking a shot at Donald Trump. And that seems to be the strategy, talking about his predecessor without actually saying his name.
What's the point of that? Because we know who he's talking about.
We do know who
he just doesn't want to say his name.
I don't. It's like a Voldemort thing.
Meanwhile, you were mentioning, the other thing you said.
Deep in that Wall Street Journal poll, there is really, what you perceive as an accomplished record, like a record of accomplishments, and you've got a 46 to 36%. 10% more believe that Trump had a record of accomplishment compared to Biden, who says, I gave you all this bill and that bill. Now, more people think that it's Biden. But the big headline, of course, of the poll is the age. 73% saying that Joe Biden is simply too old.